Welcome to day 1461 of What's She Up To Now? Physical interactions, a picture of health. Are they? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting the journey as I transition and am involved in different type businesses now, both online and offline. Originally, I started this segment to share my experience and document the journey of transitioning from the brick and mortar corporate world of business over, 48, I gotta do the math again, but 48, going on 49 years of physical, offline, real world businesses, I call them, in at least 27 different industries, as well as simultaneously working in corporate America for over a quarter century, and primarily in the area of quality. And then I inherited sanitation in my last corporate job, but primarily in the area of quality, which in my definition of quality, which is like everything else that we do and we have the ability to do, whether we believe it or know it or not yet, is I got to define my role in my job in corporate America, which made corporate life really, really fun for me. That and the fact that I had businesses on the side all the time made it very possible for me to go in and just be myself and do the things that I wanted to do in at least my last couple of corporate jobs. The early ones, not so much, because I hadn't discovered that I could decide and define my roles, and it wasn't but after a couple iterations that I figured that out, and I was like, oh, this is a lot more fun when I just show up and I am who I really am, and I share what I really think, say, hey, this is what I think about this, what do y'all think? And just was really in alignment and consistent with who I was. That made my last corporate job really, really fun. And then I left corporate America because I had too many business things going on, and it just didn't make sense to go into a job every day. And I tend to do everything the same. When I work for somebody else, I work like crazy, like a workaholic. When I work for myself, I work like crazy. I work like an alcoholic. I actually work harder for other people. If I think about it, I worked harder to make other people money than I did for myself originally. Now I've changed that around, but actually not. I haven't, because I've realized that I don't have to work myself to death to achieve the things that I want to achieve, if that makes sense. So today, for the annual challenge this year, the BU 365-day challenge, we're doing one thing every day that improves us or continuously improves us. I think I'm switching it to improves instead of continuously improves. Number one, because continuously improves is really long, and just because we do something and it improves us doesn't mean we'll continually improve in that area, if that makes sense. So today we talked about, we're focusing on the physical area and aspects of ourself throughout the month of January. For the first 31 days of the challenge, we're focusing on physical aspects. So our physical body, our well-being, our health, our environment, our physical home, our physical location, things like that. And today we're talking about how does that interact with all the other areas and aspects of our life, because we are not just a physical being, right? We're a spiritual being, an emotional being, we're in relationships with other people, we communicate, we're connected, we contribute to the world in different ways, all these different areas and aspects of our life. We're just using a model and a framework to look at the different aspects of ourselves. But they're all us, right? It's all you, it's all big me, and it's all interconnected. And my favorite, most recent drawing, very artistic, yes, I know, is showing that everything is connected to everything else. That's the whole purpose of this drawing. So today we talked about physical with physical, physical with mental, physical with emotional, physical with relationships, physical aspect and interaction with all the areas and aspects of the life framework. And we picked one that we want to continue to work on. But we talked about, well, if I am physically sick and unhealthy, my finances are probably going to suffer because I'm not going to be able to work. Or create value in the world. If my communication skills with myself or with other people are bad, that's going to impact my physical interaction with other people in those relationships, right? And so that relationships, communication, all interacts and influences how physical I am interacting with other people, if that makes sense. There's lots of different examples. So today, my challenge for myself is to think about each of those different interactions, specifically with the physical, my physical environment, my well-being, etc. The exercises and the physical things we choose to do. So an example of physical would be my health and well-being in the environment that I'm currently in. So if I live in a cold climate and I hate winter and I hate being cold, which I don't like being cold at all, does that limit the activities and the physical things that I can do? Yeah, the climate that I live in limits the activities and things that I'll do outdoors in the wintertime. That's an example. So we're talking about that today. And then our idiom for supersize your business was a picture of health. I decided the last half of the month, as long as we're focusing on physical for the annual challenge, I might as well focus on physical related idioms for the rest of the month. I think about the middle of the month I decided that. So today we talked about a picture of health. And I shared 7 different things to consider as we're supersizing and growing our business with respect to this idiom, a picture of health. What's a picture of health? Well, it makes us look at the vision of what we want. And where are we getting that picture? We want to create the picture in our mind, but where are we getting that picture? Are we modeling other people? And if we're modeling someone, are we understanding that no two journeys are alike, and that me modeling someone, I need to make sure that I, like for example, our physical health, if I'm looking at Sports Illustrated swimsuit model or Victoria's Secret models or Shape magazine even, or Women's Health or something, and I'm looking at the cover of those and I'm comparing my model, my vision of what I want for my physical health to that, is that a realistic comparison for me? Oh, heck no, right? Hell no. Absolutely not. That's not realistic. Number one, they're not real average people. They're Photoshop, they're models, everything else. That's not what I even aspire to be. So that would be a bad choice of a picture of health for me to compare myself to when it comes to my physical health. The same is true of our businesses. Are we, number one, do we have a vision of what we want to create? Have we defined success for ourselves? What is success? What is supersizing your business to you? Because that's all that matters. And we can model other people and other businesses, but if I'm going to model Apple's customer service or customer handling or customer focus, I need to make sure that I am doing it in a way that's in alignment with what I'm trying to create in the world. If I want to, duplicate their profitability, I'm not going to get there the same way that they got there. Each of us have unique journeys, and no two people get to the same or get to where they're going in terms of how they define success, primarily because we all define success differently. And second, to that is everybody's journey is different. Everybody's got different experiences. Everything happens differently. The world is always changing. We're always changing. Circumstances are always changing. So no two paths are ever going to be identical. Even when we coach people and we teach them our framework, I have a framework called the SOAP framework that I coach and teach people on about how to handle challenges and changes. And we install it in our subconscious so it becomes as easy as breathing and automatic. But no two people that I teach that to will ever implement it and use it and have it impact them the exact same way, because we're all different. So we take things that we learn and we make them our own. And then we talked about tools and benchmarking and cautions with that, and as part of that discussion today. You can always see it on the Supersize Your Business page on Facebook, or just message me if you need the link to it, and if you're curious about that. So we talked about that. I am still working on my annual content calendar and I actually listened to a training this morning while I was hanging out with my granddaughter on content calendar. And I know how to do it, but I've just been really pokey about it, and mapping out the year for the BU 365-day challenge. Last 4 years, I've used a cheat book to walk me through that so I could warm up my voice and not think about it. This year, I'm creating my own, and I'm making it, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm tying it into the Get Up and Go challenge that we've done for the last couple of years, the month-long 30-plus day Get Up and Go challenge that we've done. We did it 10 times in 20 and 21, and so now in 2022, instead of doing it every other month, which is about when we were doing it, I'm just rolling the whole thing into the 365-day challenge. And it's interesting. I have not gone to the Get Up and Go challenge page, where I will house the annual challenge. I haven't done all of the shares. I didn't decide till about the middle of January I was going to do that, and I have not put any of them in a unit yet. So I'm going to have to spend some time this weekend going in and setting up a unit. It'll be Unit 15, Get Up and Go private Facebook group. You have to join the group. All you have to do is share your email and say you won't spam. Then you have access to all 10 previous month-long challenges, and you'll have access in order to the 365-day challenge. That way other people, whenever they join us, can go back and they can watch if they want or not in order the challenge. But I have to put it in there first. So realize it's not in the challenge page yet for Get Up and Go Challenge. But I'm merging those together this year because there's something that I do just to for free to share information and share knowledge out in the world. And so I didn't want it to be a huge other project that I have to do. So I wanted to find a way to make it simple, but also make it available for the people that want it and can use it and can benefit from it for free. So that's it. That's what I'm working on. So this weekend I need to finish that calendar. Again, just an overview of the calendar and what I want to do. And then I want to set up that unit so that people can have access to the first month in order the first 30 days. And I decided also that I want to find a way to make this evergreen. So stop talking about January and using terminology like that. So month 1, month 2, month 3 through month 12. So month 1 through 12. And then I'll have to think about the different lengths of months. Maybe it's a 30-day thing every time. And for 28 for February, I'll make a couple of days of extra content and just add them to the challenge so that whenever somebody starts, no matter what month it is, they can start day one, or they can just hop in and then just cycle through the whole thing. Because it doesn't matter what order we improve our life in, right? It doesn't matter if we do physical first or if we do emotional or mental or spiritual or relationships. It doesn't matter. It's just a way of focusing on each area and aspect of our life for a 30-day period, let's say, and really concentrate on that as we are doing something every day to become a better version of ourselves, to always be improving. It's been one of my beliefs for a long time is, hey, I just need to always be getting better. And for a lot of years, I wasn't doing that. I was just getting through my days, right? I was running through my life, just getting through my days, raising my family and doing what I could do to get through the day, get a couple hours of sleep, and then start all over the next day. It wasn't very satisfying. It was busy, but it wasn't necessarily making me happy or the people I love and care about happy, or creating the absolute results that I wanted, like I can now. All right, any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I'm off. Have an amazing weekend, and I will be with you tomorrow. No matter what you're doing, I'll still be here. All right, have a great day.